spend the whole M on some clothes. Got up on this, I sold out the show. Got like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that wet on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Over! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So our initial drive this afternoon results in 3. Not sure that that's a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
You're exactly right about that. I love how you framed it, right? Not sure it's a statement, but at the same time, you're putting something out there, aren't you? Letting them know, hey, we came to play today.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On second down, Ingram. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go.
Play action. Now Osweiler. Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. The Broncos say they have it. They do. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chris Wormley forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action with Osweiler. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And that's exactly why the Ravens drafted him, added him to their stable after drafting Hayden Hurst in the first round. A second tight end who can catch the football. He looks like a guy who's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and mash you in the running game as a blocker. But his best attributes, splitting out, catching the football almost as an extra wide receiver.
Play action. It's Osweiler. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Leopard! Leopard!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They're going to look to throw. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle and friendly partner. It's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
Looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll Only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First interception he's thrown on the season. New town, new receivers, still probably trying to get in sync with everyone.
And you just know that he's not going to say, hey, I'm just getting started with these guys. We're still working on it. But there definitely is an element to it. I don't care how many OTAs, how many mini camps, preseason. There's nothing like game speed. They're still working up to it.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Over!
Back to throw. Oh, some strong running. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Now back to throw. He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Sack, baby. Sack.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Hurry
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Osweiler, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. He finds Roberts, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They go play action now. Osweiler. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Set. 319. 319.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Now let's go. Green.
Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
319.
Ingram again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens are in for 6. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Gone, gone,
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 6 there on first.
I think that should have been chalked up as a winning play for the defense, and they somehow beat it, didn't they? Right-handed quarterback flush to his left, yet he finds his tight end on the left side of the field. That's a tough throw. What a great completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll look to throw. Fighting.
Hey, what's up, gang?
Let me go secure for the game right quick.
Hey, what's up, gang?
I got it.
I think it's my fault.
For real.
What's up,
Get the
gang?
rest.
Hey, I I got that check into go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it my block. New Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat, ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these. When I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm out like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pen in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk, got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's top
I got
notch.
that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Denver Broncos. It's the first weekend of autumn and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Boom, land it. Boom.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go.
He'll drop to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. On first down, Osweiler. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now Osweiler on second down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Ravens averaged exactly 4 yards per rush in 2017, and that's what they need here, 3rd and 4.
3-19.
They go play action with Osweiler. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Here we go now. Green 30.
From midfield now, here's Osweiler. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Play action. It's Osweiler. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago, then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans, they don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Play action. Now Osweiler. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination.
Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Carter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He uncorks it for Snead. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now it's Osweiler. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And this one is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Taking it about the 16. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On third down, Osweiler. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. Now a handoff to Ingram. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. On second down, Osweiler. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now Osweiler. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go.
Osweiler. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now the pitch comes to Ingram. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
On second down, here's Osweiler. He uncorks it for Snead. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
This is taken at the 23. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this off.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Broncos on 3rd. 46 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They go play action now. Osweiler, he's going deep for Brown. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a solid run down inside the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And McManus able to put it through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Osweiler. And incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing, Osweiler. He finds Roberts, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now Osweiler on 1st down. Roberts with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
To throw again is Osweiler. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, here's Osweiler on 1st down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Play action. It's Osweiler. And incomplete on the deep ball. I want to go back to something you said in the 1st quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now let's go.
Here's Osweiler. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Tucker missed it left. Normally reliable, this time no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out, it's not the case.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll set up a throw. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. it's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Tim Williams makes the tackle. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56!
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
He wasn't ready.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
This is Freeman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Freeman trying to earn some more carries in this Bronco running game as they come up here 1st and 10.
3-19.
Freeman again, a first down carry. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Freeman. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
A 2nd down carry for Booker. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you game there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position.